Morehead State begins with possession. They work right to left in this half and begin with the basketball as Tucson Redding has it be on the three-point line. Takes a screen from Alex Gross. Now kicks it back to Jake Wolf. Wolf inside to Gross. Left block, he has it. Backing down on Race Thompson with the left hand. He spins, puts up the jump hook, and misses short. And the rebound comes down to Miller Kopp.
Yeah, he got that to go early on in the game. Not quite that time around. Race Thompson really establishing his position well.
Indiana by 12, working left to right in this half. Hood-Schifino has it, kicks it to Race Thompson. Left wing, fires a wide open three and swishes it through.
Well, there you go. He thought about it, and then he was like, maybe I will. Ends up draining it.
44-29. And they say he who hesitates misses, but that time Thompson knocks it through. Indiana by 15. Jake Wolf pump fakes a three, drives inside on Thompson, flipped it up off the rim, no good, and a rebound taken down by Race Thompson. He'll outlet to Xavier Johnson. Crossover dribble, lost the handle a little bit. Controls, reloads, looks to the sideline, gets the call from Mike Woodson. Now waiting for some off-ball motion. Jackson Davis has trouble with the pass. Now we'll do a little fancy dribbling. Hand off to Hood-Schifino. Free throw line jumper, and Hood-Schifino knocks it down.
That's pretty. That's really pretty. It did the same exact thing in the first half. Just a very clean stroke from Hood-Schifino, the freshman.
46-29, Hoosiers lead. 2 minutes gone in this second half. Tucson Redding guarded by Miller Kopp. Up top now to Alex Gross. Back to Redding, tripped by Kopp, and it's a foul. So they give Miller the foul. No free throws for Redding. Morehead State will inbound on their side of things. The Morehead State Eagles, led by their head coach and Preston Spradlin, his 6th season as the head coach, his 8th season with the program. First coach in program history to record back-to-back 20-win seasons. Trying for 3 straight this year. Jake Wolf top of the key. Now left wing, finds Redding. Redding with 10 on the shot clock. Kicks it to Wolf. Wolf thinks about 3 instead, drives, but he traveled beforehand. That's what can happen when you're indecisive in triple threat position.
Yeah, and just kind of wheels starting to fall off a little bit at the beginning of this half. Morehead State already down big. They've got to find their way back to the board.
Lead stands at 17 for Indiana. Morehead State had 13 first half turnovers. They get their first here in the second half. Xavier Johnson hands off to Hood-Schifino, takes a screen from Race Thompson. Top of the key, Hood-Schifino waits another screen, this time from Jackson Davis. Flicks a pass over to Miller Kopp and was trying to find Jackson Davis on the right block, and Trace was fouled on the inbound pass. So you mentioned it, Max. Indiana pulling away here a little bit early. Morehead State certainly benefiting from knocking down 6 threes. Over half their field goals have been threes. Off the inbound, Hood-Schifino, a pull-up mid-range jumper on the baseline. He missed it but was fouled and will step to the line for 2 free throws.
Just so much confidence from Jalen Hood-Schifino. Same thing when Malik Renew got some run time at the beginning or earlier in this game in the first half. These guys from Montverde Academy not afraid to shoot it.
Sue me for using a cliche, but there's just no way, if you didn't know what year this guy was in college, that you would think he's a freshman.
No, not at all.
Starting with the way he's built, he's got a man's body already at 6'6", and he's got the handle. He's got a pretty jump shot as he knocks down the first free throw. I mean, everyone was glowing about him and Renew in the preseason, and even though the competition was what it was, there was a lot of reason to still have the excitement that they do, as Hood-Schifino spins, eyes the rim, and misses short on the second free throw.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter when they're going up for certain shots what the competition is. What mattered was they were so composed and just together.
Thelwell misses a three-pointer long, but Schifino has the rebound. A long outlet to Jackson Davis. He hangs in the air and misses. Eagles pushing right to left in transition. Jake Wolf dribbles with the left hand, finds Redding, pump fakes. Redding left his feet and pass to the corner. Now Thelwell will drive. Wolf now pump fakes, wide open for 3. Wolf rattles a three-pointer in. Jake Wolf, last season shot 48% from 3. And he gets his first to go.
Yeah, he's hearing it a little bit from the student section. He gave him the old 3 fingers right after draining that right in the face of the student section. Here it comes again.
And steals the ball from Jackson Davis and takes it in easily for a lay-in. So a 3-pointer and a steal and layup for Wolf. Quick 5 points to make the deficit now 13 for Morehead State. 16.5 to play in the second half. Hood-Schifino takes a screen from Jackson Davis, guarded by Wolf. Kicks it into the corner. Thompson has it now. A feed to Jackson Davis. Spins, left hand, missed it long. Rebound by Gross. And the Eagles pushing down 13. Redding finds Wolf. A post feed to Gross. And there's no way he could have caught it as it sailed out of bounds for their 15th turnover. Wolf a little fired up. He's been yapping with the crowd, and now they're giving it right back.
Yeah. He was playing a dangerous game. Let's just put it that way. Playing with fire anytime you're down this big and trying to toy with the Indiana student section.
47-34, Hoosiers lead with 16 minutes to play in the ballgame. Jackson Davis, a feed to Renew. He spins, finds Johnson. Johnson thinks about 3, instead will drive. Lobs for Jackson Davis, but it was over his head. Sailed out of bounds. And that will lead to the under 16 timeout. Both teams exchange turnovers on plays where there probably should have been buckets scored. Instead, goes down as a few turnovers in the book. And that'll lead us to our first media timeout of the second half. Indiana leads Morehead State 47-34 with 15 minutes and 51 seconds to play in the second half. Hope you're having as much fun as we are. Zak Ibrahim alongside Max Parker. We return after this. Back in Bloomington, we're inside Assembly Hall, Section K, hanging out above the stands as the 13th ranked Indiana Hoosiers lead the Morehead State Eagles 47-34 with 15 minutes and 51 seconds to play in the ballgame. The 5 on the floor for the Hoosiers: Hood-Schifino, Miller Kopp, Xavier Johnson, who was in foul trouble in the first half, Malik Renew, and Jackson Davis. Morehead State inbounds. Soft press from Indiana as Thelwell will bring it across the timeline. Guarded by Johnson and now in the hands of Alex Gross. Khalil Thomas finds Jake Wolf getting the boos from the crowd after he tempted them. And another Eagles turnover as Redding threw a pass at the feet of Thelwell.
Yeah, he's become a newfound favorite for this Indiana fan base.
They have to find someone every game.
Absolutely.
That they can just give it to. 15.5 to play in the ballgame as Johnson finds Kopp on the right wing. Now swinging it back to Renew. Johnson will dribble and find Hood-Schifino. Right block, Jackson Davis backs down on L.J. Bryan, gets all the way to the rim. He threw it in the rim. What a play. We call that a thrunk when you throw the dunk in. It's 49-34 Hoosiers.
Yeah, you just got up. The defender had nowhere to go. Could not get up as high as Davis.
Thelwell, guarded by Renew, finds Wolf left wing. The boos are back. Wolf, will he try and silence them? L.J. Bryan, mismatch, guarded by X. Thelwell, a left wing 3. He rattles it in. Make it 49-37.
I mean, Morehead State, these Eagles are not letting up this. They're trying to claw back. They're trying to keep it close, and they really haven't let up on this gap of about 12 points.
Thelwell's third triple. It's a 12-point game. Xavier Johnson, guarded by Wolf at the top of the key, finds Jalen Hood-Schifino. And now Renew, guarded by Thomas. He laid it in. A mismatch, and the big man took it to the hole for 2.
Too big and too strong down there.
51-37 Indiana leads. 14 to play. Thelwell, guarded by Johnson, dribbles through his legs, crosses the timeline, finds Trent Scott, guarded by Kopp. Now cycling it back over to Thelwell. Thelwell to Wolf. Wolf guarded by Renew. 12 seconds on the shot clock. He doesn't want a screen. Wolf kicks it over. Thelwell, another 3. Air ball. Here they come again.
Yeah, see, I was waiting to see what would happen if Wolf was able to sink one again. He just ended up passing it off and not going to get anything, I guess.
And as he subs out, this crowd will cheer and let him have it. Hood-Schifino, Renew, Bates, Jackson Davis, and Kopp the 5 for Indiana. They lead by 14 as they work it left to right. Bates right wing feeds Jackson Davis. A double comes from Bryant. Renew fires a 3. Renew missed it long, and Scott has the board. Pushing right to left are the Eagles. Scott works around his screen, gets all the way to the rim. Hammered back in his face by Jackson Davis. He blocked it away. Hood-Schifino, Miller Kopp, right wing 3. He got it to go. 54-37, Kopp's first points of the season.
Beautiful basketball, Zach. Beautiful basketball. Finding the open man, unselfish. These players are hyping up this Indiana crowd, and they're loving it.